Okay, so now it is February 12th of 2025. That city dude came by. I was sleeping because I've been, doing food prep, putting it away, people. I pulled out so much fabric from my room, you don't even know. Because I worked in the yard for 12 years and I didn't fucking sew. I'm sorry, boo-boo sew. I'm feeling slightly defensive right now. So I did record it. He didn't stick around with me for very long. And we're going to listen to what, because he came to my door, and I guess Andre, he woke me up, right? Because I've been, last couple of days working really hard and putting, because I don't take food downstairs no more, right? And I don't buy now. I don't need to buy. Just the fresh stuff, fresh eggs, fresh milk if I want, and vegetables and fruit, that type of thing. Other than that, I don't need to buy. I don't need to buy canned food. I don't need to buy dry beans. I don't need to buy rice. None of that crap, right? Quinoa and blah, 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 blah. So I'm at the tail end of just putting things away, and plus my home canning, right? So, you have to do it in increments. And so I pulled out, oh my God, you don't even know how much fabric I pulled out from my fucking bed. It's in the bedroom now. And I put everything else. Okay. So I've been doing that. So I've been tired. So I get up at 3, 4 in the morning because I work until I fall asleep, basically. And that's what I've been doing for the last little while. And I've been on this schedule where I wake up at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. And this morning I started moving around really early. I was cutting cardboard because, the 250 size mil salmon jar, I can stack them, right, for now. Okay, because I'm not taking them downstairs. So I'm at the very tail end of that. Right, and I'm trying to get it done before I go outside to steal my wood, people, basically. So anyway, the city dude showed up. I think he had a black turban on. Did he have a black turban on? Andre?
Yes.
Yeah. Did he have a black turban on?
Yes.
Yeah, he had a black turban on. So anyway, I recorded it. He didn't talk to me very long, though, being a little impatient with me. Right? But we're going to listen to it, and Andre had to go outside with him to see exactly what he was talking about, because whatever he was showing me, I couldn't see it on a cell phone, right? And some of it I'm aware of, I already know. Now, keep in mind, people, I bought Andre, and I have to give credit to Andre for taking responsibility for not helping me more in the yard like he was supposed to, because I bought him a Nintendo, brand new, to help in the yard.
Which is broken.
Okay. Then I went off and I bought a brand new computer for him on credit to help with school and, to incentivize, right? Just to get him read more reading and critical thinking skills. And, the deal was you're going to have to help me in the yard because it's hard for me, right? People, right? When you're dizzy and you can't see and, and you don't, I'm not strong anymore like I was, right? Either or, I spent a lot of money on the computer, and then I bought him a GoPro when the kids over there were stalking him and threatening him and doing all that shit, right? So that was another $400 there, right? Because I bought a couple of them for him, again, for school, to learn technology, right? As well as the deal was, you have to, do some yard work for Nana. Well, that didn't happen. That didn't happen, people, because what happens is we have special circumstances because Amari can't be by himself, right? And if I'm running around doing whatever I'm doing, dishes, laundry, cleaning, sweeping, whatever, right? Food prep, whatever, or paperwork or whatever, right? Cooking, whatever, right? Somebody has to be with Amari. So when Arnie gets his free time, where I'm now in the living room, usually resting by that time and falling asleep, to which Amari will end up falling asleep with me, Andre doesn't want to do yard work. Hell no, he wants to go play. He wants to go bust loose, right? So it never, and you know, he's, right, he was younger, right? So, you know, I say, Andre, go do this, and you know, it wouldn't get done, and it wouldn't get done, didn't get done, didn't get done. And then I'm like, oh, I tried, and it just didn't get done. And I thought, okay, fine, we'll start fresh in the spring, this spring coming up, because I won't be doing food prep. That's it. It's done, right? And that will free up a bit of my time, a fair amount of my time, really. And, because, you know, I've been hardcore last several years with it, right? And then, of course, you know, dealing with whatever went out of the basement, you know, I've been dealing with that too, right, people? And then, you know, just whatever, right? So that's life, right? So it didn't get done. And I burned out. I really burned out. And I thought, okay, we'll just face it in the spring. Bring Amari out and just whatever. But we never got that chance. Right? Okay. I get blindsided with the yard, people. I have 12 years of fabric that I never got to use because I was in the yard. And that's just a fact, and I have the videos to prove it. So, you know, and the yard is still to this day being used against me. Because the last couple of years, I just didn't have the stamina for it. Right? And, anyway, here's a recording of the little meeting that I had with this dude at my door. Now, keep in mind, I was sleeping when he came. So I was groggy, and like I am dizzy with the eyes, and, you know, I've been working really hard, and, you know, I crash on the couch, and then I wake up at 3, and, you know, and I go. I might get a little nap in there, or I just go. And the last few days I've been going really hard, right? And because, you know, I got a couple of days on the inside to, like, I'm going to start laundry after this, because I'm behind on laundry. So, and I wash upstairs, and I hang on whatever, right? And then as soon as, you know, as soon as it gets a little warmer, I'm hoping the snow will melt. And I'm going straight for the fucking wood. I am, people, because I can't afford to be buying wood for these things that I need to do outside in the back or in the shed or whatever. And I'll walk you through it. And then, you know, I'm just going to chuck shit out myself because, you know, I don't care too much about certain things at this point in life. It should have been done if Andre would have, you know, there's a few times I sent him out to the back to go do something, and of course he didn't do it. The one thing he did do was clear off the table, which was good, but everything else he just didn't do it. And it's a heat score, right? Either or, this is this dude talking to me. Now, like I said, keep in mind, I just woke up, okay? And, you know, I've got a lot of pressure in my head. I've been shaky, right? You know, I've been very scared, right? Very fucking nervous because, honestly, I'm tired of being on this bandwagon, right? I was abandoned out in this yard. Nobody helped me for all these years. What my son is doing now, you know, he's doing the best that he can, but it's not like he has any experience with the yard, per se, as get rid of everything. So he's been, you know, he put a pile of metal in the back over there. He's got a pile of metal piling up from over there, you know, and just, or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, let's just listen, and then we'll talk about it, okay? And then Andre went into the back with the camera, this camera. Oh, he went, and because I couldn't see, right? I can't see. So I said, just go, you know. He went with the man, and the man pointed out what the issues were. And then I said, well, go take the camera and record it so I can see, right? Because I thought, now I knew about the pile of metal in the back, but that, you know, that you just have to call a metal guy to come and pick up that shit. So my son hasn't done that yet because he's still gathering up metal around the yard. Now, keep in mind, you know, some of this metal I still kind of need, especially for this roof, where the roof meets the porch. It's just a makeshift gutter to catch the rain so that it doesn't drip all over the place. Okay, I know it doesn't seem like much for some people, but for us, for me, it's a lot. So I don't know what my son done with it. And so let's listen. I don't want to drag out this video because honestly I don't feel that well. I really don't.
Dishes again.
No, I just woke up and I go to bed, or I lay down, I go to sleep, with this pressure, with my ears just ringing and shit. You don't even know, people.
Hi there. How's it going? Alright. Do you know why I'm here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm groggy, right? Because I'm still half asleep here. Because I was up at 3 o'clock this morning, 4 o'clock this morning. And I was buzzing around. It's a little extreme, though.
Sorry?
It's a little extreme, though.
What's extreme?
I don't know.
Me coming here?
Well, I can't say you personally. My landlords are taking advantage of it. They're asking me to throw out all my wood and everything. So I'm going to have a really hard time doing repairs. I'm at the point where I want to go in there and take out wood. And as soon as the weather breaks, start repairing fences and things.
Ma'am, it's a lot more than wood that's on this property. I've never seen in my career a property like this. I don't know if it's your stuff or the landlord's stuff.
It would be my stuff if it's yeah, the majority it is my stuff, okay? But some of this stuff, it was hers, right? Like the beams and those freaking gutter pipes that have been all over the place. But besides that point, I take responsibility for bringing things onto this property so that I could build over landfill, people. So that I could build over fucking sand and gravel rocks, people, okay? So that I could build over fucking weeds that wouldn't go away or whatever, okay? But the last couple of years, I didn't have the stamina to go outside for 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, to keep up not only with the weeding, but with the finishing of the job, I guess you could say, right? In terms of the final touches, you know, we had the vinyl siding on the side of the house that should have went on the fence. Boom, 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 boom. There would have been enough there to make it right. That thing would never fucking have fell down. But again, nobody came to help me with it. Nobody, right? So it just sat there, okay? Problem.
Okay, it's pretty egregious.
So what do you mean by egregious?
So you can't store items on the exterior of the property. What you do inside your residence is your business.
I've been here 14 years.
I know you have. And I know I asked landlords and they said they have a long relationship with you, but it's come to a point where
what?
They don't know what to do. And
they don't know what to do. Why didn't they have Corey or Cody? See? They didn't even know his name. So I forgot his name. Their son, their magical son, that Cody, or was it Corey? Cody, we'll just call him Cody, right? He was supposed to come last year. He didn't come this last summer. He was supposed to, 2 summers, he was supposed to come and help me with the freaking vinyl siding and the fencing and anything else that we could have dealt with then, right? But no, of course not. No, they didn't help me with nothing, people. There's a difference between routine yard maintenance and covering up landfill or covering up fucking gravel rocks and a half a yard of sand. That's not routine. There's nothing routine about that, and I'm not going to dwell on it, okay, people? Because I know what I've done. My videos, as they're coming into the playlists, right? When you see me out there fucking 10 hours, day after day after day, there's nothing routine about any of that shit, okay? They had plenty of time to come and help me with things, but they didn't want to. Well, no, it's not that. It's the city comes. This is not the first time, but I've always been building because it was... Yeah, I've always been building. I had to cover up the sand. I had to cover up the fucking weeds. I had to cover up the landfill. Okay? I had to build shelter in order to put things inside of it so that it wouldn't get fucking ruined by the elements or filthy by the elements. It's either going to get ruined or it's going to get filthy. Right? There were no sheds on this property when I moved in, people. None. A leaky porch, that was it. Just landfill. From here, the window, down to the road, that whole half was all sand and gravel rocks underneath it. Mm-hmm. So I had... And they had me do that twice. Remember that? I had all nicely laid down with the walkway and everything, and then they came in and they ripped it up in one day with a backhoe to repair a fucking pipe that they broke. And then they expect me to put everything back, like ASAP, as if. To build, right? I had to lay cement walkways, right?
So prior to the snow, I took a lot of pictures. Mm-hmm. There was some wood, but there was a lot of pots. It was
what? There was a lot of pots. He was going to say plant, but he caught himself, right? Pots, plant. Yeah, okay.
They have a long relationship with you, but it's come to a point where
what?
They don't know what to do.
Of course, they don't know what to do. Well, maybe Corey should have came and helped. Yeah, that would have been helpful for me. Maybe he could have came and helped with the fence where I didn't feel like I had to keep wood around the yard in order to do the fence repair by myself. Because you know I'm going to be doing it this week coming up as soon as the fucking weather breaks. Okay? And I will record it. Because ain't nobody going to fix no fence right now. No, and I'm not going to have them hold it against me by saying, well, we can't fix the fence because you don't pay enough money in rent, which is a bunch of crock. Because I've been here 14 fucking years, not once have they ever spent one red cent on that fence. I'm the one that's been fixing the fence all these years. Well, no, it's not that. It's the city comes. This is not the first time, but I've always been building because it was just landfill. From here, the window, down to the road, that whole half was all sand and gravel rocks underneath. And they don't care about that. No. So I had to build, right? I had to lay cement walkways. Right?
So prior to the snow, I took a lot of pictures. Mm-hmm. There was some wood, but there was a lot of pots. It was
what?
It was
pots?
every
planter pots.
Every item you can think of, like furniture. And
well, the furniture came from my son busting up the shit, right? From the garage and whatever came out from the basement. Well, we know that's nothing new. That's been a problem ever since that girl moved in. Never had that problem before when it came to that kind of stuff. Right? I tried to chuck out as much as I could. It just got to be some of it too heavy and I couldn't deal with it on my own. And again, my landlord's son could have came and helped me with the fence and whatever was going on out back there, we could have dealt with it. We could have fucking dealt with it, people. They treat me like I'm an unreasonable fucking person that likes to hoard rotten fucking busted up furniture in my back. Along with anything else that was being thrown out there, because it wasn't me that was throwing it out there. in the back. Yeah. City doesn't, if the city was to provide a proper annual spring cleanup, a proper annual spring cleanup, none of this shit that's been going on with them throughout these years would have happened. But it's just a tool for the city and the landlords and the property developers and the realtors to manipulate tenants to do the job, to pay for the job, to not get paid to do the job of the property owner, to boost up the illusion that the property is worth $3 million, even though they're going to demolish the house anyway. And evict a whole bunch of people while they do it, to which that's not an issue. That's good business, right? We haven't dealt with that problem here now, have we? No. No, we got to criminalize the tenant. We got to make the tenant the villain, right? We got to make the tenant look like they're unreasonable, and they feel that they have to have whatever it is that's on their property in terms of, you know, wood, right? You know? I don't know, people. This is a sickness. This is a fucking sickness. I'll be so glad when I'm away from this fucking sickness. You don't even know. I got fucking 14 years of fucking fabric sitting in a fucking bedroom right now, and I don't know what the fuck to do with it because I was too busy in this fucking stupid yard, and I gave up my life for this stupid fucking yard, and it's still being held against me. And I know there's some people out there just laughing their asses off thinking it's a fucking joke because it's, you know, it's business as usual to use other people to gain wealth, because that's pretty much what it boils down to, because the only people fucking getting wealthy off this property are my landlords. That's it. That's it. And we already know what's been happening to my family. Yeah, because my son had cleared out the basement.
Okay. I know it's cold out. I don't want you to get cold. I'm not going to waste your time.
I'm okay.
But some progress has been made. However, I looked at the backyard. It seems like you just put everything in the backyard. So what my son has been doing is he's been gathering up as he goes, right, metal. And he's got a big pile of metal back there of this, that, and everything, including my landlord's gutter pipes that are all busted up and broken because, you know, she doesn't want to fucking fix them. And those were the old ones from a long time ago, the round ones, right? And I was, you know, just whatever, they never went anywhere, and they're still there. And he's been gathering up whatever else fucking metal that's been kicking around for who knows how long. And so that, and then he did also a pile in the front. And I think people randomly right now, you know, like homeless people or just whatever, they've been taking a little here and a little there, right? But, you know, that's just put everything into one pile, call up a metal recycling dude, and that will be picked up in one day, right? Now my son is still just kind of going around because he hasn't really finished the back yet, right? And I took a video of that, and it's just a big pile of metal. Doesn't matter if it's good metal, bad metal, whatever kind of metal, right? Because sometimes when you're building things, you know, metal rods and shit like that are handy to have because they're strong, right? But if you're not building things and you don't know, why would you care? You don't. Every single item.
No, that was there before.
This conversation I'm having with you is just out of courtesy.
I understand.
I normally don't deal with the tenants. I just strictly deal with
I've gone blind last year. I have a disabled. I know it's not an excuse. Yeah. So now I'm gaslighting myself here because my landlord's mean son likes to insult me, call me down, right? Hurt my feelings, be abusive towards me, right? So it makes me second guess myself here. Basically, that's what it is, right? You can't, there are no excuses. You're supposed to live in the fucking yard 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, so that the property value can stay up, so that your landlords can get rich and your family can have nothing and own nothing and die. An early death, basically, right? Right? That's the new world order
at the direction of the Punjabis, okay? Because it's the Punjabis that are drilling it in my head that I will own nothing. I will never have another house like this. I'm expected to get rid of my stuff, right? I'm expected to work as a slave in the yard so that the property value can stay up and everybody can have the illusion that Surrey is a great place to fucking live as I'm facing homelessness, along with about another 50,000 people in this district alone. Because I'm not alone with this problem. That problem is not being dealt with. They're not talking about this problem. I talk about this problem, right? But they don't talk about this problem. No. They're too busy criminalizing me and making me look like I'm a fucking villain of sorts, right?
Are you the grandson?
Yes,
Okay.
it's my grandson. I didn't have the stamina to work this summer. I did a little bit of fence repairs, and I started to do something. Anyway, you came too soon.
I came 3 weeks after I was supposed to.
What I'm saying is, you should have let me wait for spring and let me get out, because I told my grandson we're going to go out in the back. Yeah, and don't forget, I bought him a Nintendo, I bought him a computer, I bought him a GoPro and another little camera or so, or whatever it was, all with the idea that you're going to get out and do yard work for Nana, because Nana can't really do it, right? I'm inside working, doing whatever I'm doing. I don't have the stamina, okay? Never mind being able to see very well, right? But as soon as he got outside, that was it. He was off playing with his friends, people. And because he spent so much time helping me with Amari, I couldn't say no, right? I'm just saying. So it didn't get done. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll start fresh in the new year. Just come spring, that's it. No more, I don't want to hear it. You're big now. You're not 12, you're not 13, you know, you're 14 and going on 15. There's, you know, it's time to grow up, right? But we never had a chance to get to that point because my landlords are too busy building a case so they can kick me out on the premise of a yard that I was never really responsible for outside of routine maintenance, but there was nothing routine about what I had to do anymore, and it's going to be routine when I go out next fucking week working in the fucking cold fixing the fence. Yeah. And I'm not doing it for my landlords, people. I'm doing it for myself. Because first of all, I like to have the fence up. I do. Right? I just do. And this guy over here on this side of the fucking house, he over there in that corner up by the blackberry bush, he's always busting up the fucking fence. Always busting up the fucking fence because he's got his little garden growing. Every time I go out there, I noticed more and more boards are down, more and more. And then he turned around and he busted the freaking end of it. And it all fell down. Andre took a little video. And, you know, and that's being done on purpose. That guy does it on purpose for his garden. Right? I ignore some of it, you know, but now the blackberry. But where the blackberry is, you're going to have to cement new posts, though. There you're going to need cement posts. Right? And then when you're cementing posts in, this is where those cement, you know, cinder things from the ground, you know, when you're busting up the ground and you want to put those in before you pour your cement, right? So to hold the post nice and tight, eh? So I don't know if my son got rid of them all or not. And, you know, the city, like, what? I need those to cement posts. Now, my son might come this year with his friends, maybe not, I don't know. Because one year they did come and they cemented new posts for me, and I did the planks with the chicken wire, and then I ran the 2x4s, and nothing's moved ever since. But you know, like this, it makes me sick, people. It just makes me so sick fucking thinking about everything that you don't even know. Now, in regards to, my son has been gathering everything up and just chucking everything out. It's like really rough on me, and like I don't mean to be prying into your business. I'm just looking at the inside of your house. Okay, first of all, He's looking at the inside of my house, but behind my door are a bunch of boxes and cardboard and paper, like, you know, recycle, right? Because, you know, like I said, I've been putting away the food in my room, but I had to save some boxes, you know, to put cans in or whatever, and I, you know what I'm, right? Or I have to cut the cardboard so that I can, you know, lay it over something so I can put maybe something on top or whatever, right? So for the last couple of days, now I'm downsizing, right? I don't need what I've been doing prior to where I'm at with things right now. So now I'm, okay, I don't need this. I'm done. And, you know, I'm busting up this, busting up that. And I put it like last night by the front door. And I told Andre, there's a whole bunch of shit there. You know, Tisha brought the kids over, right? So, you know, they came with pizza like 4 or 5 days ago. So there's pizza box there, in another box with another box, some busted up cardboard boxes, some paper, you know, some recycle stuff or whatever, right? But Andre hadn't taken it out yet, and it was behind the door, so it wasn't like we could open the fucking door. But yet he's saying he can see inside. Like, what the fuck? Like, they're insulting. They purposely go out of your way to fucking insult you. This is what fucking social workers do. They come in and they say, ooh, there's something in your sink. Well, yeah, it's a sink. Of course there's going to be dirty dishes in a sink. Oh, there's something on your floor. Well, I don't know. Maybe Andre walked by and knocked it down or whatever. I'm just saying, like, you know, like, people are just, when they're building a case against you, to hurt you, to take something away from you so that they can profit, that's what they do, right? I mean, clearly he's working with the landlords. He is, people. He's working with the landlords. He's working with the homeowner because the homeowner is in partnership with a realtor, which is family, that are looking to make big bucks while, you know, when they sell the house, but they also want to maximize on that rental market where the corruption has brought this place 3 times more than what it should be in terms of rent.
Why are you holding your speaker?
Because this way the sound is going towards, right, versus being down here.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So, you know, as the city is offloading annual spring cleanups onto tenants in partnership with landlords who use their yards as a means to manipulate the tenant, whether for good or whether for bad. For me, it's been bad because it's been hard.
I don't know. Do you like collecting stuff?
So I can't open my door, right? The door's only about this wide, right? Because behind the door is all that stuff that I gathered up, got ready for the recycle bin. Andre just hadn't taken it out yet. So why are you assuming anything? Why are you, right? Why are you putting me on guard where I have to defend myself? A pizza box on the floor. Well, I'm sorry. I was babysitting my grandkids 2 nights. What's the date today? Tisha had them here on Saturday. What's today? Wednesday. So she brought them on Saturday. They left on Sunday. So 4 days ago, right, my grandkids were here. And Tisha always likes to bring pizza. So I had a pizza box there with some other boxes, cardboard, other miscellaneous quote-unquote recycle behind the door. So therefore I couldn't really open the door because Andre hadn't right? And I'm having to defend myself, people, as he's insulting me. As he's insulting me. No, I have
there's
to
no
work.
place to walk.
How would he know that? He didn't come inside. He couldn't even see inside. He couldn't even open the fucking door. So why would he even say such a thing? Right? Andre was behind me, I think by this point, but I couldn't open the door because he hadn't taken out the recycling yet.
This was you. You were right here. I was like right here.
Yeah, I know, but the door wasn't even half open because of the shit behind it.
Yeah, but that's what he was doing us. He was like,
almost near residence. I mean,
What are you talking about? There's
pizza boxes.
Well, yeah, because there's a pizza box on the floor. I'm surprised he didn't mention the crumbs because I was sweeping the floor yesterday, sweeping everything out, getting ready to get on my hands and knees and wash the stupid shit. But I didn't get a chance to sweep up the rest of it. I just left it there, gathered up all the boxes because I've been putting shit away in my fucking room as I'm pulling out fucking fabric that I, myself, personally, never got to sew for 12 years, 14 years. Because I worked in this yard, people. And this yard is still being used against me, people. And I'm sick and fucking tired of it, people. It's gonna be the death of me, people. And for what? More organs. You know my stance on it. There are the people that need them, and there are the people that provide them. They don't care where they come from, as long as they're available on demand. You're harassing me about a fucking pizza box on my fucking floor? I'm sorry, I have grandkids. My grandson has to take out recycling. Yeah, now I'm on the defense. I'm opening it, I'm grabbing the boxes behind the fucking door, putting it right there in front of his feet. Hasn't done it yet. Okay, I'm not recycling. I'm apologizing. I'm sorry. My grandson hasn't taken out the recycling yet. I'm sorry I didn't open my door wide enough for you so that you could fucking insult me some more. Here, sir, so I don't understand, right? Okay, like you come at a time when I put it all here, sir. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm groveling. I put it all here, sir. I'm shaking, sir. Don't whip my back, sir. I'm tired of being fucking beat by your people, sir. That's why he hasn't taken it out yet. Alright? I've gathered everything up. It's going out to the recycle. I have to explain myself. Why I have recycling by my front fucking door. Well, I don't know. Maybe because I was working for 12 fucking hours on the inside, organizing, getting ready to sell off my fabric, being that I never got a fucking chance to sew anything the whole time I lived here. Because I was in the yard! Okay, that's why their door's like that. And then you want to call me a hoarder of fabric? Fuck. Well, you can't accuse me of being a fucking meth addict going around freaking scrounging around for pop bottles. Stealing fucking wire.
No,
Okay,
I'm gonna leave.
so
have another conversation with your property owners.
Oh yeah, so you're gonna go have another conversation with the property owners because you're not getting anywhere with me because clearly you can't fucking insult me enough, fast enough, because I have an excuse to have all that cardboard right by my fucking door. Clearly it's going into the recycle bin.
Unfortunately, they're getting fines now because of this.
I already paid. They're getting fines because of this. So he's threatening to fine them again. I just paid $250.
Sorry?
I already paid the fine. I paid $250.
Okay.
I paid the first fine.
Okay.
The only reason nothing's moving right now is because of the snow. Okay. Yeah, and now you know why I've been documenting it. And that's exactly why I've been documenting it. Because it's just fake. It's on paper. Oh, well, it took them too long. Look how long it took them to do it. Well, I don't know. Maybe there was a whole bunch of fucking snow out there and it was freezing cold and nobody could do anything. You forgot to tell that part of the story.
So how much time would you need to clear out everything on the outside of the property?
So what do you mean by everything?
Like a few...
Yeah, they keep saying everything. What does that mean? We already know you're demolishing the house, and it's just going to be a flat piece of fucking land until you start digging a deep-ass hole in there and flat out the rest of the freaking houses in the neighborhood that are remaining. Because that's what happens when they tear up all these fucking houses, people, and start disrupting the land. All of a sudden, you got water drainage problems in somebody else's property. And the trees start falling because of root rot, and sinkholes start developing in their backyards. More reason for them to tear down those houses because the land becomes unstable. Like my neighbor over there. The land is unstable because of what they did with this building over here and what they did over here with that duplex. My neighbor over there, her backyard fills up with tons of water. Her shed fills up with a foot fucking full of water. As 4 mature trees have fallen down in the last year, not to mention the trees that were fallen down the previous year because of root rot, as she's developing a sinkhole in her backyard with a 100-year-old septic tank coming up through the fucking ground because of what the city is doing with tearing down houses. They don't tell you that part, though, do they? No.
Plots can stay, a few landscaping items can stay, but...
Well, what does that mean? A few landscaping items.
Like the empty buckets and pails.
Oh, yeah, no, because my son has been... So what my son has been doing is he's just been running around, grabbing this, grabbing that, kind of scattering a few things around, hasn't really put some things away yet. He put a fucking pile of wood over there that he's going to bring a wood chipper from work and chip it all up and then put it into, you know, the garden beds or whatever. Right? You know what I'm saying? But it's like I said, like, I knew they were going to do this. I knew they were, they picked this particular time of year, not only to make it hard for us in terms of extreme weather with extreme demands, right? But they knew a cold snap was coming, right? And now they're using it to their advantage to build their case as if we're being non-compliant. Right? Obviously, you know, my voice is agitated because, you know, I'm, right? You know, like, he tells me to stop hollering. I wasn't even fucking hollering, people. Let's just listen. Calling out everything.
Sorry, please don't raise your voice.
Yeah, please don't raise your voice to me. Let's listen to that again. This is fucking hollering! You think that's funny, Amari? You always think that's funny. That's hollering, people. What I'm talking right now is not hollering. That's just talking loud from having 5 fucking kids driving me crazy for years and years and years and then having to deal with fucking crazy fucking city workers and all this other stupid shit. This is hollering! Big difference. They don't like people standing up for themselves. They want them cowering, putting their heads down, and taking the abuse. Really rough on me, and like I am.
I don't mean to be prying into your business. I'm just looking at the inside of your house.
First of all, you can't see inside my house. My door wasn't even fucking hardly open. Andre said he was going like this. Looking inside what little bit he could see. What, you seen a fucking wall unit? Like, come on. Right? What do you think he's gonna do? Huh?
And I don't know. Do you like collecting stuff? Do you?
No,
Like,
I have
there's
to
no
work.
place to walk.
How would he know that? Well, spyware, I suppose. We know the house is rigged, one way or another. If they're not listening to you inside your house, they got their little fucking orbs going by, probably recording. They got the cat. Who knows? We know about energy weapons, people.
Most of your residents. I mean,
What are you talking about? There's
pizza boxes.
There's a pizza box on the floor. Yeah, because I was gathering up everything for recycle. My grandson just hadn't taken it out yet. He was keeping an eye on Amari for me so that I could sleep for a little while.
Well, yeah, because my grandson has to take out recycling. He just hasn't done it yet. Okay, I'm up recycling here, sir. So I don't.
I'm groveling. I'm making apologies for recycling fucking shit by my front door.
Understand, right? Okay, like
As he's insulting me.
you come at a time when I put it all here, sir. Okay, as you can see, that's why he hasn't taken it out yet. All right, I've gathered everything up. It's going out to the recycle.
Okay.
Hey, that's why their door's like that.
I'm
Okay.
gonna leave.
No
So-
worries. No worries. Yeah, right.
Another conversation with your property owners. Unfortunately, they're getting fines now
Why?
because of this.
I already paid.
Sorry.
I already paid the fine. I paid $250.
Okay.
I paid the first fine.
Okay.
The only reason nothing's moving right now is because of the snow.
Okay. So how much time would you need to clear out everything on the outside of the property?
So what do you mean by everything?
Like a few plots can stay, a few landscape items can stay, but like the empty buckets and pails.
Oh yeah, no, because my son has been pulling out
Sorry,
everything.
please don't raise your voice.
My son has.
So now he's the victim. And I was not raising my voice. Okay? He's already insulted me. He's threatened me with more fines. More fines. Right? He's already fined us, and now he's threatening with more fines. He's insulted me. And now he's accusing me of raising my voice.
Been pulling out everything, so he had them.
And of course, my son is running around out there like a chicken without his head on because he's being told to get rid of everything. He's not familiar with yard work. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. This is all new to him. He's under panic mode with a whip on his back, right? Working in extreme weathers. Doing extreme, strenuous work that can jeopardize his normal work because they're working him to exhaustion. With intent to harm and injure just by the very fact of the time of year that they chose to attack me. And they use the yard to do it because they want more money in rent.
Metal here. We were moving the wood pile that was over there. In terms of planter pots, you know, so many things have been gone already.
So this is your backyard.
Okay, I don't see very well, sir.
It's just piled up so high.
Well, yeah, because
Andre was supposed to help me. Every time I sent him out, it never got done. But Andre does take responsibility for his, I don't know, apathy. But he was young. And he wanted to play with his friend. Because we have special circumstances with Amari. And most boys Andre's age could never do what Andre does for Amari. Andre knows how to feed Amari. change Amari, all of that stuff. Has got an eagle eye on Amari. Has developed a heart of steel with Amari when Amari has his seizures. Right? He's gathering everything up.
Like, I don't even see any grass. Like,
There is no grass. It's really hard to grow grass in the back. Oh, it dies off because it's fucking landfill out there. Right? And what grass does grow, I have to take it, I cut it with a knife. I was doing that this year. I did do some of it. I just didn't have the stamina to clear everything out. And the shed needed to be gutted. And part of it got gutted, and it didn't get put back in because it just didn't happen, people.
Well, I don't see the ground.
It was all landfill.
I can't see the ground.
Well, because and I don't blame him. I can't see the ground either, but nobody was out there helping me. And the few times I sent Andre out there to do something, he didn't do it. So I said, fuck it. Okay, I will just deal with it in the spring. And I would have been out there by myself with Andre and Amari, doing everything by myself. And because I couldn't do it by myself, I'm being robbed. Didn't have the stamina to do the yard work this year in the back.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like,
yes, and I'm going to go out there.
Okay.
And I've been out there, and
All
my
right.
son is out there.
how much time would you need?
Well, I don't know. Can you? It's
The
gonna.
snow's gonna melt by in about 3 or 4 days.
Okay. See? They got it mapped out. They knew the snow was coming. Just like they know it's going to melt. And I looked at the city, the weather, right? And it looks like in the next few days it's going to break. And what did I say in my last video? I'm going to go out and steal my own wood. I already talked to my son. Look, son, I'm not trying to work against you here, but I can't afford to be buying fucking wood in this spring. And there's things that need to be done. And so I need you to find me a measuring tape. There's things that I can do, measure, get the wood, have my son cut it, and lay it down. And then, depending on what it is, I will either tack it with a nail or two just to keep it there temporarily until the weather warms up, and then really make it nice and secure depending on what it is. Where other things like up by the shed that I need to gut, on the outside, I'll show you when I bring out the camera, I put wood on the bottom, but it's been there for years and years and years, and I wouldn't mind another piece of wood over top of it, right? And so some of that wood that's in that bin could be used for that purpose. So it's like, it's like flat and level, right? So hopefully my son will cut it for me. I just have to measure it. And then cut it for me and we put it down. And then I'll save some 2x4s, whatever I can find out there. I'll see where I can put it. And I'll tell this dude, I need it because, you have to run trim around this shit, right? Depending on what it is, especially if it's on a fence. And clearly, the back fence is completely fucking fell down. The boards are out there. You can still run the boards. You can still do... There's this big pile. I was throwing everything into a pile, right? As I was working out there, people. But I burned out, man, okay?
What about the whole fence that went missing, though?
Where?
By the light pole there? In the front.
Pardon me?
That whole piece of fence that's missing?
Where?
At the light pole.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm not worrying about that one. I can't deal with that one. That one needs a new post. I don't know about that one. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the back. I like the fence. I personally like the fence. I get annoyed with this guy next door busting up the fence all the time on that side. And he busted up so much that it fell up by the blackberry bush now. That can be repaired though, right? That's not an issue. Right, so I will gather up, and then what I'll do is I'll just lay the wood that needs to be used for that purpose someplace. I have an idea where I can put it. And if he says something, I'll be like, no, it's for the fence. It is what it is. Right? And Andre's bigger now. 1 year older. There's no reason why him and Jude can't do what needs to be done when they're out there fooling around.
It's going to take a couple of weeks anyway.
Okay, I'll give you 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And that's the last thing.
But we lose 4 days before the snow melts. Can't really do anything out there right now. Andre was running around out there crunching in the snow, and he said it's extremely hard. Yeah.
And slippery.
And slippery. It's very slippery and extremely hard to walk on. And it's going to take anywhere from, we'll just say, 3 to 7 days before it melts. And that's assuming that we don't get another cold snap. Yeah.
Extension I can give
And
you.
then what do you want? Like,
What do you mean?
what are you trying to do here?
I
Like,
just want, it's just not fair to the neighboring properties, especially the new development happening, to have to constantly drive by and see.
The new development. Oh, but it's okay to have these 7 in a row big ass fucking dump trucks grinding their shit at 6 o'clock in the morning all day long in front of my house. Or the big dump trucks with the dirt going back and forth, or whatever it is that these guys do. Right? Time after time after time. And then they're going to start down here soon with my neighbor's house, 4 of them or more.
On her side.
Yeah, that's what that card was that you showed me. I'm pretty sure that's Sandy's house. She's getting evicted, 70 years old, 76 years old. Been in her house for 32 years, 30 years or something like that. And she's being tossed out onto the streets too. Not to mention everybody else. They're not talking about none of that shit. Fuck no, because we're I don't know what we are, people, to these individuals. Like I said, dog meat. Something to exploit and harvest.
See this.
It's winter time.
The front actually, I'll give you a credit. There's a significant improvement, but the back it just attracts rodents and rats and pests.
Rodents, rats, and pests. I moved in and I discovered that the raccoons lived on this property long before I ever showed up. Go into my videos, and who do we see if it's not Mickey the gardener cat?
Matilda.
It's Matilda with her babies.
I actually seen her last night.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Your old like cat food.
Yeah.
What the?
The rear yard. The items in the carport, the rear yard, the rear
Inside the car?
Yeah, attacking the inside of the carport.
What do you mean carport, by the way?
Inside the garage. He doesn't want anything in your garage. What's the point of having a fucking garage if you can't put nothing in it? That's what I mean. Like, how does that even make sense, people? That was the only thing that you could say has shelter outside of what I built, right? And he's saying you're not allowed to have anything in your garage. Okay.
Or
Okay,
Did you say inside?
I don't know if have you been back there?
well, he cleared out a lot of stuff.
This conversation is not going anywhere.
So
I will
what do
see
you
you.
mean?
You need 2 weeks. You said
Are you talking about inside the carport?
yes.
Why are we not allowed to have things inside our carport?
It's the bylaw.
I've been here 14 years.
I appreciate that. You asked me why. I give you an answer because it's the bylaw. You can't
What?
store items. What it does is it attracts rodents and pests. And
I have cats. I don't have that problem. Okay?
There are rats all over the province of British Columbia, Canada. You walk to the corner store at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're going to see rats running down 132 all the way up to 108.
Especially
Come back, huh?
That place over there.
Cross the street. You can look out your fucking window and see the rats running in and out of their fucking garage. Whether they were running their little soup kitchen in there or whether it's the freaking Africans with their freaking, what is that called, booze can. There's always rats running around. Hell, during the day, you know, like I said, walk to the fucking corner store and you're going to see rats running down the road. So, you know, like, that's just bullshit. Total fucking bullshit.
Like, I don't have that problem. I really don't. All right.
Yeah, Marcane's on a rat hunt. Thinking there's rats in the house, and I keep trying to tell him I don't think so, because the cats would be going nuts. And, you know, I've had, like, house rats. They're the black ones. They're about the size of a fist. They like to live in the walls, right? And if you've got those, trust me, they're going to get into your food. That's what they do. But my son says, oh, no, no, no. They go in and out, in and out. They live in the walls, and he's been running around trying to catch fucking rats, and the only thing he caught was a bird. So all he's caught is he caught a bird in a rat trap. Poor bird. Yeah.
Rest in peace, bird.
Yeah, my cats catch rats. They catch mice and they catch rats. They catch the big long black, the little, they'll either catch the big gray ones, the big ones, because there's three rodents, right? Is the big I guess they're what, gray or beige or something like that?
They're dark gray.
Yeah, they're the big ones, right? And then the black ones, those ones you really don't want. The big ones, they don't like to live inside a house. They'll get into the shed or something like that. They'll nest. The big ones, they like to nest they like to dig in the ground and nest, right? Those are the ones that will attack chickens and, you know, bite this chicken's neck and suck out the blood if they can get to a chicken, right? And they like to be outside, really, they do. They don't live in the house, no. But the black ones, yeah, those ones, they will live in the walls. And when they used to have their little restaurant over there or whatever they were doing, they had a real infestation. And then, of course, mice, right? And my cats, they will catch either or, it doesn't matter, over the years, right? They like to bring it to the door, leave you a present, right? Sometimes they eat them, like they don't eat the big ones, but they will eat the smaller ones or the mice. So, you know, you open your door and you'll see the remnants of something that they caught and they ate. Sometimes they try and bring them in the house and they're alive, right? And that I don't like, right? But that's cats though, right? And birds. I don't like it when they catch birds.
I doubt the cats get all the mice and rats.
But there's...
Well, no, because they're all over the place. Like I said, all you have to do is walk to the corner store. It doesn't matter. It could be during the day or it could be at 2 o'clock in the morning and you're going to find rats running up and down the fucking street. Yeah, as the traffic's going by. So don't point fingers at me, right?
Everywhere. They're everywhere.
I know, but this perpetuates the problem.
Okay, so you're talking inside the carport.
So everything you have at the back of the house, the rear yard, the pictures that I just showed you, all that needs to be cleared
Okay,
up.
I can't see. Andre, can you show my son, grandson?
Yeah. Do you know who Clay Thompson is?
No. He's like a basketball player. You look exactly like him. They won't keep saying this. Okay.
So all this stuff here that's been
What
stored.
is he showing?
Okay, so
All these things right there, and then
What is he showing?
this big pile at the back here, and then
What is he showing?
all these items.
so those I'm pretty sure are going to be taken out soon.
What is it?
Just metals and
It's a metal on the side from the piano.
Yeah, my son has just been going around gathering up all metals and throwing them into a big fucking pile. And another pile in the front. He's got 2 piles going, right?
Right against the part of the piano. That's going to be taken out soon.
And what else is he showing you?
The lake, all everything over there, at that side. You know the one where the ladder is, and which was his hen house, everything there, just there.
Which Andre was supposed to go out and do, and never happened, people. He just wasn't old enough, mature enough for it yet. And I just didn't have the stamina.
That's why I asked you to do the yard, Andre, last year.
Yeah, no. I was busy a lot. I was wanting to play with my friends. is my fault.
Okay, no.
So, you see, he did. He took responsibility. Because I asked him several times to go outside and, you know, follow up on what the deal was. I'll buy you this, you do that, because now I can't do it. I need you to help do it. But he needed his downtime with his friends. Because we have special circumstances with Amari people. So I just let Andre play, and I just cut him some slack. And I gave it my best shot, but I was too busy with what was going on the inside and whatnot. And, you know, my health is not like it was before. I swear these eye drops, which actually I didn't do yet. I forgot to do them. Now it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and normally I put them in at 10. But I do believe these things are making me sick. I've been on them for a couple of years now, eh?
No worries. I can give you 2 weeks max. After that, the city comes in.
Can we do it 3?
So he's giving us 2 weeks max, and then after that, the city's going to come in. Okay. What happened with that whip on my back for 10 months with Sook? What about in March of 2020, where by March 18th, I think it was? Yeah, it was 10 days before Sierra was lured to her death and murdered. So March 18th, March, April, May. So we had 3 months. I had 3 months in 2020 to do it, whatever it was, because it was by May when things started to turn green, where that city bylaw officer was satisfied with whatever it was that I was doing out there at that time, to which wood was an issue, and I had to fight to keep it, to do fence repairs, to which I did do fence repairs. I don't know what else I was building in 2020. When I go through my videos, I'll figure it out, right? But we had 3 months then. But they can't use a week and a half, almost 2 weeks of fucking poor weather with the snow, or however many days it's been, as an excuse to say that we weren't doing anything. And therefore, they have the right now to come in with their workers and remove all the metal, because my son hasn't quite gotten rid of the metal yet, even though it's all put together in piles to be picked up by somebody. Right? Like, it's sick. This is what I mean. This is a sickness, right? This is just another form of fucking abuse. That's all it is. And then that's all it's going to take for my landlord to come and start screaming at me that the city charged her $10,000 and now I have to get out. Or cough up $10,000. For them to come and fucking remove a big pile of fucking metal that my son piled up for them at their request. So they can take it to the metal recycling department and make money on it.
Is this, you know, I mean, I know you say the weather is breaking, but...
I verbally have to give you 2 weeks.
Okay.
I might take a little bit longer. Like I did this time, like I think the deadline was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and I came a little late, hoping this would pick up some.
I've been with the city before.
I know.
10 months with Sook! 10 months with Sook! That's yelling! Right? Marina's downstairs. She's listening to me. Oh my God! What's that girl doing? I'm having a nervous breakdown. And she can't stand this house. Fuck. At least she caught a clue. Right? Early on, unlike me.
Get it on our files. Okay.
But she loves my son, so she stays for my son.
So 2 weeks?
And I did a lot of building.
Yeah, no.
So...
That.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
You're just concerned about these, but not every single planter pot.
Not every single, like reduce it by half.
Well, we've got my landlord saying get rid of every single planter pot. This is what I mean. He's saying get rid of half of them.
You have to remember, back in the day, I was growing walnut trees and shit. Whatever.
But I'll be satisfied.
Reduce it by half. Yeah, you got to give me a little more direction here. Okay, so, and in the back, you're looking on the driveway and whatnot, right? Which is basically a pile of metal that my son's been gathering up here, there, and everywhere. When people aren't walking off with whatever they see there lying out there for themselves. Which at this point in life, I don't really give a shit, people. No. Because, you know, I don't, like, it's not like the good old days. Not that it was any good old days out there doing the things that I did. Because I had to dig deep into my soul to be able to do half of what I did out there as it was, right? But, you know, so, like, I just don't like how it's being done. Because it was unnecessary. But when you're trying to build a case against a tenant to kick them out, you're going to play every dirty card in the deck that you can so that you are successful at kicking them out, so that you can almost triple your rent just by that very deed itself, right? And then call that good business because they make I don't know what the percentage in terms of profit would be, a 300% profit? No, because if you double the rent, that's 100% profit on top of what you're already getting in terms of a profit. But that's just like money in the bank. If I'm paying now $21.50, I think it is $21.50 now, and they kick me out, and they double that by 21, 22, 43. If they can get $4,300 a month by kicking me out with the city helping them to do it, because that's the only way they can do it, is by having the city help them with what's going on, then they make 100% profit. 100%. Yeah. And you know they'll get more than 4,300. Because they'll charge because of the yard. Because it has a lot of sheds. And it has a greenhouse and whatnot. And walkways. Because I spent 12 years out in that yard. The last 2 years, not so much. I just didn't have the stamina.
Driveway on that side of the house?
I really was waiting for Cody to show up. And help me. And motivate me. But he never came. Because that wasn't the agenda with them. The landlords. They set me up to fail. It's always been like that.
At the back of the property.
He already got it. Took everything.
Not everything.
What are you looking at?
Andre, you want to put some shoes on? I'll point everything out to you.
That's for a pond. He's looking at the pond area. There's a pond lining in there. It's upside down. I'm not sure if I'm putting the pond in this year, because I told Andre it requires maintenance, and that, you know, he wants to put it in. Marcane is interested in putting it in, but I told Andre, if you can't maintain it, keep it clean and look after it, then, you know, I don't know if I want to do it, right? Just because. And, I mean, it's 3/4 done, people. I worked really, really hard on it. I basically have everything I need. I'm just kind of scared to put it in, because that's all I need is them coming and using that against me, right? And so I keep the pond lighting in the event that it's a plastic one. It's not what I really need, but if we go as far as putting the pond in, then I'd put it in the center of the pond, maybe. The way I had the pond in mind
was going to go down 4 feet. At least, technically you're supposed to go down 5 feet. I think I made it down to about 4.5 feet. I dug a hole, got videos on that, and then I filled it up with sand temporarily so that when I do the pond, you dig out the sand and you put it on the side, right? Right? And then you line it with your felt, and then you put your liner on, right? But you have to pat it with sand first, eh? So in the center of it is a big hole that goes all the way down 4.5 feet, because when you have raccoons, they like ponds. They like to swim in ponds, and if you have fish, they'll eat them. So you have to have at least 4 feet, 5 feet down. I think it's technically 5 feet, but I didn't quite make it 5 feet down. That was hard. And so that if the raccoons get in there, or a lark, you know, those big birds with the big wings and those kind of things, you know, they don't eat your fish. The fish can go down to the very bottom of the pond. Also in the wintertime, they can go to the very bottom of the pond. And, but I don't know. So anyway, Andre said once we told him what it was for, he was kind of copacetic with it. So it's still up for debate as to what's going to happen with the pond yet. Right? I might just turn it into a little kind of mini herb garden. I don't know yet.
That's for a pond.
And then he's pointing at rocks and all this other stuff that I was going to maybe do some mosaic design around, and then you need the rocks for the pond, and right, they're all in buckets. He wants them gone, right? If I would have done the pond, they'd be all done in the pond. You wouldn't even have those buckets, but because the pond never got finished, they're still sitting in the buckets, which is a heat score, like in planter pots, right? And my son said, well, if we don't do the pond, we'll just throw all those rocks or whatever in the middle of it and then cover it up. And I'm like, well, I don't know about that, because, you know, it's like, fuck, man, I washed those things. A lot of those rocks came out of the fucking sand with me washing them, wondering what I should do with them.
My son took that off already. Those are drainage pipes.
And then he laid down the drainage pipes over there, and if he was smart, he'd fucking keep them, because there's winter time, right? On this side of the house, down this way, you know, it water pools, and it gets really, 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 really muddy. But for what it's worth, fuck, just, I don't know. Put them on Facebook, give them away to somebody else. So now he's running around out there with Andre.
My son is going to take a wood chipper to that.
And he's complaining about a pile of wood branches and all this, which my son is going to bring a wood chipper from work. He already told that to my landlady, and chip it all up and then, you know, sprinkle it on garden beds or whatever, right?
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I'm talking to Andre here. 1 second.
He never did come back. Now I'm moving all the cardboard by the front door and putting it out on the porch, getting it ready for Andre to take out. Because when you're putting away food prep, you're not really too sure what size box you need and what, you know, for what, right? Whether it's for cans or something in Mylar bags or whatever it is, right? But I'm done that now. I don't need to worry about that anymore. The only thing I need to worry about is somebody coming inside of the house and trying to rob it from me. Yeah, just like they're robbing shit from me from the yard. Yeah. I just put everything on the doorstep for him to take it out. You have to take out those bins, right? Andre?
What?
The bins need to go out here very soon.
Workers to go for me to bring out the bins.
Pardon me?
I'm waiting for all the workers to leave for me to bring the bin out to the road.
Okay? This all has to go.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Oh, he's going now.
So?
So he's talking about all the
What?
over there.
There's nothing there. Marquine took it all.
There's a lot of stuff over there.
Like what?
Like pots, well, counter pots,
Uh-huh.
and then
Yeah, he's just been he gathered up some and he got rid of a lot, and then he just kind of put all the other ones in one spot, because there's shit in there that's alive. Trees, people, flowers, or whatever. Once you start emptying out, you kill the tree and you kill the flowers. So he's probably reluctant to do that. Yeah.
he showed me the kiddie pools.
Okay. Marquine was kind enough to leave me 2 blue kiddie pools out there, which I used to use when I used to do a lot of major weeding with the morning glory roots and all that shit. Yep, that's what I used to use it for, people. I don't know if they're still viable to have the kids swim in them or not. I'd have to fill them up, right? But he doesn't even want those out there.
So he wants those gone.
You can put them in Mr. Lace's or in the hen house. Here, just go take this out now. It's like Tisha, just go off, if you want a swimming pool, just go off and buy a new swimming pool when you need it. And when you're done using it for the summer, fucking chuck it out, because the city won't let you keep it in your yard. I'm just saying, you can't even put it in your garage. I told you these people are gonna start fucking cleaning the house, man. Did you hear how rude he was?
No, because
What's the date today?
I don't know. Something. I'm not on the computer, so I don't know. I need socks on.
He's playing games.
Don't they always?
I suppose.
He said the big ladder, you can store that somewhere. Keep that. And that big pile, that's like at the walkway over there, going into the compost by the greenhouse.
Which has a bunch of chicken wire in there that I started to use for fence repair. But like I said, I burned out. And I was just throwing things into a pile as I was working on building up the compost box, as I was repairing the fence. But I burned out, people, because I don't have the stamina, because I've basically been already worked to death in this yard. I mean, slaves do get old, and their bodies break down.
In the back beside it, you know? In that big pile there. He said all that has to go there.
Oof, there?
Yeah, just that big pile there.
And if I would have had the stamina to work in the yard this year, it would have been done. But I didn't have the stamina. And then with my eyes being the way they are, it even got harder. Uh-huh. And then, of course, don't forget, you know, I can only work outside for so long because of what's going on with the Mari, right?
and then like walkway space too. So
What walkway space?
he said there's like really no room for you to walk in there.
Well, no, because I was
Also because it snowed. So of course we can't do nothing.
doing shit. Go take out that recycle crap that's by the front door now, okay? Christ, I can't even have recycle by my fucking front door. Yeah.
I'm just putting on. Sucks.
This is ridiculous.
You gonna make a video?
This is ridiculous.
You get that out of the
February 12th of 2025. This is ridiculous.
Okay.
Okay, so Andre went out and took the camera and went through where this dude pointed out, I guess you could say, hot spots. Because you're right, so I could see, right? And I'm not surprised because I already knew. I just didn't have the stamina to go out there and do it all by myself. For hours and hours, day after day after day, for hours and hours, day after day. And Andre was too young at the time to help me very much. So it's just life, I suppose, right, people? This is just my lot in life. We know my landlords are just wanting more money. And they want to capitalize off of that. So, if they can use the yard against me, like they've been using the yard against me, versus actually coming here and actually helping me with the yard, well, I guess that's what's going to happen, right? That's what's been happening. It's going to be the death of me yet. That's the only thing I can think of.
Okay, people, so the city just came today. And what he was saying, he's saying we have to move some stuff. So he said this right here has to go. Which I don't know why, because that's not even in the way. You have enough space to walk. He said also these red fans have to go. He also said, I'm pretty sure this too. That's for a bird feeder. He said move the wheelbarrow, everything. It is cold out here. It's covered. He said also the lids here. Does not want the lids. He said also get rid of these. So we'll probably have to throw those in. We'll throw those in the bin. He forgot what was under here. He said do that too. He said all of these pieces of metal have to go. I'm pretty sure he also meant this too. Those have to go. Then he said whatever's under this tarp also has to go. Until I said, oh, it's wood. Showed him. Just wood. All of this has to go too. Just part of the piano. Huh. So yeah, he said that has to go. Well, speaking of the devil, there he is. Then this right, all up in here. He said this big pile all this right here has to go. And also this, pretty sure this too. That has to go. Hi, Mickey. Hello, Mickey the Grinder Cat. Always nosing around. Pretty sure he said this has to go too. What's that ice? So this has to go, he said. That has to go. This here also has. Oh my god. The fence. Oh, what happened here? Huh. Pretty sure he's also talking about those. So all of this in here has to go away. But he did say we can keep some water pots because, yeah. Mickey, stop coming everywhere, little furball. Just gonna, don't like that. Nope. What's this? Rat trap. Stuff like this, which I got in there. And yeah. But yeah, I don't really know, like it was my fault because of the room over there. Because I wanted to be lazy. I should have put numbers. And didn't want to do nothing. But there he is. Just right there. Waiting. What you waiting for, buddy? He said make some room in here. Even though, like, make room of what? I am also don't know what he wanted us to do here, but like, yeah. Really, he just said make room. Make room and everything. Blah, blah, blah. What's that? Is that a bike walk? It looks like it. Is it? Is it? Don't you dare tell me it is. It is. But where's the walk piece? No, it's right there. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go in because it's freezing cold. I'm dying out here. And yeah. But yeah, that's really what he wanted us to do. Being a total dick about it. And yeah.